All right, let's go over Tesla again. I know I've made videos here over the last couple of days talking about scenarios, and I've stated in every video I'm looking at this as a fourth wave, which is definitely one of the possibilities. But there is a second possibility, and that possibility is that this ends up being an ABC move right here. And we end up coming down here to potentially this 212 gap fill. And then from there, we bounce maybe back to like 240-ish, maybe higher, maybe the gap fill here at 245. And then we come down here all the way to 198 for this gap fill. From there, if you look back at this move back here, you got to put it all together. This move right here was ABC. This was ABC. So my original thinking was this was a third wave. But this could have already been 5 waves. It already went. There's some tricky little waves here. So if this is already 5 waves, we could be looking at this whole thing like this. A, B, C, because this was ABC, this was ABC, A, B, C, like that. And then that would complete the overall B wave. Then we'd have one more giant move lower. So either way, I think we're still going to 350. But this is another possibility. It's either that or this is a fourth wave and we immediately go 1, 2, 3, 4 and we go like that. There's 2 different possibilities. Either way, I think we're going to 350. This would just make it take longer. Why does this one make sense? It makes sense because this took about 3 months, a little bit less than 3 months. 3 months in July would take us right into the Robotaxi event. And that would be a buy the news, actually. So potentially it takes all the way out here into October. We're down here around 200 bucks. And then all of a sudden we take off, probably after the election. We just take off. Something happens where we go up to 350. And then after that, we sell off lower. So Tesla, not worried about it at all. But I have covered calls August 16th, 260 calls. I'm not really worried about those going in the money right now. I don't think that there's very much chance. And if they do, I'll just, I have sold puts as well. Those will make money instead of the covered calls. And I don't think it will get above 260. Or actually, it's like 278 is my break even by August 16th. So I'm just letting those go. Sold puts. We are in a 6-hour demand zone here. I drew out the other demand zones here. We have and we're finally getting a red candle here. That's good to see. But on the 3-day time period, we do have this right here. This is the biggest demand zone right here at 198. For this current one we're in, that's only a 6-hour demand zone. And you have one below here at 212. So demand zone, and this is the biggest one on the 3-day. As far as moving averages go, we are below the 20 on the daily. We have the 200 here at 205, and you have the 50 right below that. So, very good chance we come down here to the 212 gap based on that with the 20 right here. But again, I'm not worried about this unless, here's where you'd be worried about it. Let's just say it does this. Let's say it goes, I don't think this is going to happen, but this goes like this. If that happens, then that's invalidated. That means you're invalidated because you went from a potential impulse move here, and then now you're getting impulse move the opposite way. So we're watching this. I want to see it as an ABC move. On the smaller time frames, though, you have I think this is probably a third wave, but it could end here. You can see the parallel lines. We're at the very bottom of it. It could have ended there as well, or you're looking at it like this. So could be a little bit more downside. I sold one of my puts that I had as a hedge, and I'm still holding the rest of my puts. and I'm still holding my covered calls because very likely this goes down to 212, just based on how explosive this move down was. It looks like a third wave to me, so we're probably going to bounce and come lower. So I would expect 212, 213 now, and maybe that could still be a fourth wave, but maybe that second scenario that I went over might play out now. So again, A, B, C like that. And then we go up after that. So hopefully that all makes sense. No reason to panic. Pretty standard move. And I'm sure people are panicking now. They're probably panic selling. I'm still holding my shares. I'm not worried about it. If we were to make a 5-wave move down, then I'd be like, oh, that sucks. But then, what do? You wait for the bounce, and then you can figure out what to do. You can sell covered calls again. You can buy puts as protection. So, once you figure out Elliott Wave, you can use it to your advantage in so many different ways. It's nice. So, that's pretty much all I got to say on Tesla today. We'll see what the market does. And a few other stocks are down, but again, this isn't going to matter in the long term. I think this is still going to 350. That's it. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe. Talk to you in the next update.